Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of Axe Ministry, Axe Media Group, and or its affiliate and subordinate ministries and our nonprofits. Some of this content may be adult in nature, so please use discretion while watching with your kids. Oh.
Good morning. Matt's turning off the air conditioner as we speak.
Coming to you live from Axe Media Group headquarters here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay, with your hosts, Matt and Jay. By ourselves today. It's a beautiful day in the Ozarks. It's hot. It's hot.
I am going to like and share these videos.
That's a good idea, Jay. I'm glad you thought of that. Who I was before. See for the first time. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
We're glad to have everybody.
Am I loud?
No. Well, I turned your headphones up yesterday, so you want me to go turn them down?
No, it's all right.
Oh, okay. Because Dawn Blackard.
She also left an open water sitting here, which could destroy a...
I think that was probably, that wasn't her, that was probably their guest. So, yeah, we'll make sure they know. No open waters.
Yeah, or else they won't be able to have
them. Yeah, because that's a $2,000 computer. Yeah. And water is not,
I guess this is not right to talk about online. I'm sorry for saying that live.
That's all right.
But we just...
for future reference, folks, if you're ever on the
travel.
Show. Yeah, we're talking about travel today. And the reason being is because Jay and I are going to tear apart my new motorcycle.
Yeah.
And we're going to put it back together.
Yes.
And it's going to be running great.
All the way down to the pistons, brother.
All the way down to the pistons.
They're staying in.
They're staying in, yes.
But we're going to take the heads off of it because I think you have a timing issue where your front and rear cylinders, or they call them left and right. Your left and right cylinders.
So it's a two-cylinder motorcycle.
Yeah.
650 cc's.
Yeah.
And which is more than enough for a new motorcycle, for a first-time motorcycle for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Because 1100
for somebody your size, it's the right size to start.
Yeah. Whereas, like, you started with the 250.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you love to do, which you did for 2 weeks, you went motorcycle camping.
I had a few 3-day weekends. I didn't usually get 3-day weekends because the kids always put in a month or two in advance for those off.
Yeah.
So I didn't often get those holidays off. But once in a while, I would get a 3-day weekend and I would take a trip down to Arkansas, which, by the way, is lovely. And it's not on our list. Though I did take one of the trips that are in the article, which is the Tail of the Dragon in Tennessee.
You know, I talked to a guy that he rode up on a motorcycle at work, and it's a driver that I, never really talked to, but all of a sudden he pulls up on a, it was basically a V-Star. Yeah. But it was a bigger one.
Oh,
it was
the 11.
And it was something else. It was a something else star. It wasn't a
16.
V-Star. It wasn't a something else star. It was a V-Star. It was a something else star.
Roadstar. Probably.
Yes, that's what it was. And it looked
great bike.
Very similar. Oh. Except for
he had for me though.
His tank was painted like it was like almost a shimmering purple with like blue ghost flames on it.
Oh, I love that.
So beautiful.
Like realistic flame or the cartoon flame?
No, it was realistic looking flame. And beautiful bike. And I'm like, that looks like my new motorcycle. And I'm all like you would show your kids, check out my baby, this is my newborn kind of deal. But so yeah, that's exciting. I do need to figure out a way when we do go camping to pack a guitar on there.
That's easy.
So, and
what
I think
we should do is probably get you, and I'm pretty sure they have 1,000 different ones for that. What you do is you get a sissy bar that comes up like 2 or 3 feet.
Oh yeah, that you lash a guitar to.
Yeah,
that'd be great. I actually think I'm going to get a cheaper, sturdier guitar. I don't want to strap my Martin to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Because my backpacker's messed up. It's broke. I got to fix it.
Yeah.
But anyways,
You can get a little tiny electric with a little tiny amp this big.
yeah. They actually Fender makes a little.
You'd be surprised.
Practice
That's a 650.
Yeah,
It'll take you and whatever you want to bring with you.
I'm so excited about this because you know, I love camping, first of all, and I love camping with you because you're great at building fires.
Yeah, keep us warm even in the rain.
Yes, and there's just something about it. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you rebuild the fire that's out of the coals that's left there from the night before. The smells.
There's not very usually. There's
the
not
chilliness. The chilliness. You know, it's like
Yeah.
chilly, and then you get the coffee going, and just sitting there, just fellowshipping around a fire. Whenever in the morning, you know, and you
Yeah.
can smell, you can hear the birds, you can do all of that. It's great.
Yeah, it is.
Now, Dad, when we used to go camping, they went camping with a camper.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning, Dad's out there by the lake fishing. And one of the funny things that happened was he pulled he was reeling his line in, and it shot out of the water, and it hooked onto his shorts. Right near the crotchal area, and he goes, "Oh no, I caught my pecker."
Oh no!
So that was one
Can
of
we
the.
say that on the air?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
That became our mantra for the whole entire trip.
Oh no!
Because Scott and Scott and his wife at the time were there, and that's just, you know, now even now to this day we're like, got my pecker. Oh no! Oh my gosh, that sounded just like Dad. But Father's Day's coming up, and you know, a lot of people will be camping.
Yeah.
So we got a you sent me an article.
Yes. Now reserve your campgrounds well in advance. This season was already taken up. Everything was reserved. There were no unreserved campsites anywhere.
And be aware that there are
and then most of the people don't even show up, so you still can't use the site, but it's open.
Yeah.
And if you're traveling, you can't
Morning, Jana.
not have a place to pitch your tent because I had one night that was freezing.
Now, Dennis, I don't understand your comment. He said some views are my views, but I am not saying what one. What does that mean? Anyways,
Probably the language.
Oh, okay. I see. It was probably, you know, the views and opinions are expressing the show. Some views are my views.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Maybe that was it.
So the Midwest is a wonderful place to be finding places to camp.
Yes, and it's big.
Yeah. Like even then there's free campsites everywhere. Like in national forests and things like that. There's all kinds of, but even if they're free, if they're on reservation or not reservation, if they're on conservation land, you still have to, if they're free, you still have to call and reserve it.
There are some non-reservable sites.
Really?
Yeah. And they're getting to be fewer and fewer. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I personally think that some of these big tech crazy people who think that they are the arbiters of the universe and that they need to protect everything from everybody but themselves.
Yeah.
They're just going and for pocket change to them, just reserving all the available sites in the country to keep people from being able to.
Yeah.
Because the campsites I went to, every single reservable site was reserved and nobody was there.
Really?
Yeah. They were empty.
Well,
so who's reserving all of the camping sites and not showing up?
Yeah.
And why?
Okay. So my computer is going a little bit crazy here. Stacy Wedeking says, good morning, Matt and Jay. How are you guys doing today? How is the weather down there in Springfield, Mo? Stacy, she also says there is a guy in Milford, Iowa that has a motorcycle with the skull painted on it. The gas tank, it looks cool with the skull painted on it.
It does look cool, yeah.
Anyways, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to continue on and talk about the campsites in the Midwest. So we'll be right back.
Enter the talent contest at Axe Fest. $10 entry, $50 to winner. Axe Media Group.
Your sandwich was so limited.
Your sandwich had a lot of butt.
On 0, I actually downloaded a countdown video for Rooster's show and played it so that way he could see, you know, it starts at 10 and it's animated and it has all these cool.
So even when he's on location, he'll be able to see a countdown?
Yeah, because it shows on his deal. Like he can see what the
Teach
video.
me how to use it.
It's just, you know, it's like it's a video.
It's like
you can download a bunch
press
of
one and it comes up.
Yeah.
That's how we should do it.
Or you merge it over. But yeah, you
Well,
press.
but you don't want to interrupt his live feed.
Yeah. Well,
If
and
you set it up on this one,
I
two,
did
three,
that just
4,
for the start so that he would know. And plus, it looks cool.
it does look cool.
There's all kinds of different ones you can download.
We are
they're
trying
stock
to
videos.
really be professional here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's getting better. It's getting
Yeah.
better.
The only thing I don't like is that faith is the primary purpose for me and my life, and my
Yeah.
faith in Jesus Christ and the Father in heaven. That's what my life is about.
Yeah.
And I struggle. I struggle with sin, and I'm a horrible person. And I need Christ. So I'm not saying that I'm this perfect follower of Jesus Christ, but that is the main focus of my life. And I think that the walls on that are closing in, even here at Acts for me. They just seem to be,
Yeah.
even without being said, for me, that should be involved in the topics that we pick all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what I really want to talk about. And I want to learn and grow and teach and share those things.
Yes.
And so it just seems like even when we do get on a track where we're talking about our faith and reading and stuff like that and sharing and learning together, there's always these influences within these offices that are trying to redirect the topics to something else and change them. And I don't know why that's happening, but it's disheartening.
Well, it's because, dude, we had this discussion about the algorithms and what you can and can't say, things like that. And it's crazy. But I know we can say the Father as much as we want.
Yeah.
With a capital F, the Father.
Yeah.
We could say I am, the I am.
Yeah. Well, I think that and with those algorithms in mind, I think that a project like this is dead in the water. We'll find ourselves talking to a bunch of AI copied, what are they called? Profiles, except for those who already know where we are, like that island of Vallarta or whatever. Nobody knows where it is. Nobody can find it unless they already know where it is,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's going to be the case more and more. That nobody will be able to find these things unless they already know where they are. And even then, there can be a delay. I've had here while I was broadcasting and thought I wasn't broadcasting because I went to our website looking for the video that I was broadcasting live that showed it was on and broadcasting. And I couldn't find it, even at the website, even at the Facebook, at the YouTube.
I've had that happen a couple times.
Right. So how does that happen?
Yeah.
Right. So that's the problem, I think. And I'll get off of this rant because we're wasting our time on the topic. But I think that if a project like this is not combined with boots on the ground evangelism, face to face, handing out cards or some way that people can actually find it by typing it in and searching it. And even then, like I said, sometimes that even doesn't work. Who knows? That's going to probably be more and more.
Right.
But at least then, if this fails, you don't find yourself in a room talking to yourself, thinking you're talking to 1,000 people.
Right.
You're actually face to face outside talking to some actual people.
Yeah. Like, okay. So today's scripture of the day comes out of Colossians chapter 3, verse 13, bearing with one another and forgiving one another. If anyone has a complaint against another, even as Christ forgave you, you must also forgive them. So that's the Bible Gateway scripture of the day. And I love that scripture because, and it's hard to do. And yeah, I know we're not on our topic here.
Which I want to get to because I had a great ride that is actually listed on there. And the reason it's listed on there is because out there's not just one road called the Tail of the Dragon, but there's multiple roads out there that are just fantastic for riding.
The Midwest is the best known for silly Fargo accents, agriculture, and snow. All right, so this is an article that is written by.
I'm surprised Arkansas is not in there.
Yeah, because Arkansas is beautiful.
Yeah, the Pig Trail.
All right, so I need to find out who this article is written by.
It says at the top.
Morgan Sensata
Yeah.
is a writer of this article.
Her motorcycle is the site, I think. Is her.
Yes, and these are specifically catering to the ones she's talking about, catering to motorcycles.
Yes.
But they certainly,
camping.
yeah, they certainly have regular camping as well. The Midwest is best known for silly Fargo accents, which I don't know what Fargo means, but agriculture and snow.
The Canadians.
Oh, okay. It cannot be overlooked, however, that is also home to some of the most amazing scenery and the best roads in the United States. Here's a look at some of the best rides in the Midwest. Places to stay along the way there, don't you know? All right, so stop number one, the Theodore Roosevelt National Park is stop number one of our Midwest motorcycle tour. Here lie the famous North Dakota Badlands, as well as their famous roads. Sorry, this is really small print. Here we go. I should have brought my glasses in. Here lie the famous North Dakota Badlands, as well as their famous roads in the southern section of the park. In this 36-mile scenic drive, which offers breathtaking views. The park has several camping options for traveling motorcyclists. There is, of course, backcountry camping with free permit, as well as no reservation, no hookup campsites available year-round. This area is a particular point of interest because for motorcyclists because it is known for diverse roads, rolling hills, road curves, and changes in elevation. So it's all about the curves, huh?
And we could get there in 2 days the way I ride. In a car, you can get there in a day easily.
All right, so the Badlands Range is stop number 2 through South Dakota South Dakota is best known for Mount Rushmore, which I'd love to motorcycle to the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, me too.
National Memorial. The Central Hills Loop is a route to the incredible to take, which leads you through the hills, tunnels, twists, and incredible views. Huh? Or do we? Oh man, see, I don't know. My computer is not.
So we've got Stacey Whittaking says, when me and my ex-husband was traveling, we got to stay in a military campground for $13, which is about the average price, even for ones that are not military. So for 4 nights in Dickin, Tennessee, Tennessee's beautiful to ride, Eastern Tennessee. That was different for me to get to camp in a military campground for the first. For the first time in my life. I have never camped in a military campground before you guys.
Huh. Well, that sounds like fun. Stop 3, State Road 119.
State Road 119.
Have you been on that?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
It's also known as the Tunnel of Trees along Lake Michigan. Now, the picture of this is awesome. But we have roads like this in Missouri where the trees arch over the road and block the sun out. And they have a lot of those in Arkansas as well, in the lake? Ozark Mountains. Lake Michigan. For about 25 miles, it has switchbacks, tree tunnels, and a view of the lake. We got 45 seconds till we go to break. It has switchbacks, tree tunnels, view of the lake. The road is narrow and the turns are intense. So it is advised to always be alert on this route. The entire Michigan Upper Peninsula is known for being a good ride. In fact, it spans for 1,000 miles and makes a good multiple-day trip. This map provides a look at the camping available by county around the Great Lakes in Michigan.
And with that, we're going to go to a message.
We will be right back with Stop 4.
Guess who cleans for less? Who?
Me? No. Him.
How do we get back into the workforce?
I got you.
Who was that woman?
All right, and we're back. See, this only goes to stop number 4.
Yeah. I don't know why.
And it won't go any further. Oh, wait a second. What do we got here? Install.
Oh, all trails.
Does it say all trails?
Yeah, there's like an app.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Tease.
In order for us to take a trip like that, we'd have to get some kind of a satellite internet service so that we could still broadcast and do the show.
That would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be great.
I mean, it would only make sense because.
Yeah, because we'd be broadcasting on the road.
Yeah.
And then we could have somebody here.
But it would take a full week to have one of these trips. And the Midwest is great because it's close. We're living in it.
Yeah. We do kind of live here.
We can do a 3-day weekend to Arkansas, which is beautiful and amazing and got campsites. It's a good place to go for us for this situation.
And I got to get better at motorcycle riding too.
Yeah, you got to know how to.
But, I might take to it naturally.
You will.
Let me see if I'm missing any. I don't want to miss any comments. Hold on. Been a lot of places. Dwayne Long says, been a lot of places, and there is no place as beautiful as the Ozarks.
Dwayne Long. Are you the Dwayne Long I've known? I think I've.
No, we
he's
sat
the
down.
new sports guy.
They got a new sports show coming up in 2 weeks on Tuesdays called It's Your Call.
Yeah.
Him and what? It's written
I had an
down.
acquaintance named Dwayne Long many years ago.
Penny. Penny. Pinney. Is it Tom Penny? I think it's Tom Penny. Is going to be his co-host. They're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be hilarious because one's a retired boxer and comedian, and the other one is just the retired sports guy. So one's a sports Hall of Famer. That's exciting. All right, I got to go back to my Facebook page here because my computer is being weird.
I just went through Tennessee and Kentucky. Man, they are amazing. I would agree, though, the Ozark Mountains, especially in Arkansas, that I know, and eastern Missouri, it's also got great campgrounds and mountains and beautiful sights.
Yeah, her motorcycle is what we're looking at here. Stop number 4. If you're looking for a challenging, try to State Route 555 in Ohio. It runs from Zanesville to Little Hocking and is compared to the ride known as the Tail of the Dragon running through Tennessee and North Carolina. State Route 555 is highly technical and includes drastic elevation changes, blind turns, and banked curves. Watch out for gravel and slower moving vehicles such as Amish buggies. The best place to camp in this area is Wayne National Forest, which is known for off-road riding. So-called primitive camping is allowed for up to 14 days at a time. And the only restriction is that your camping equipment and or vehicle do not block developed trails or road right-of-ways.
Yeah, you can, as long as you don't pull them more than 10 or 20 feet off the road.
Realistically, much of the Midwest is perfect to ride. It provides endless rural pavement and twists and turns and provides views unseen by the majority of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so excited. John Penny, not Tom Penny.
And there's a lot more to experience too. Like I said, I've seen more deer in the 3 years of riding a motorcycle than I have ever seen in my life, with the exception of northern.
Well, you see more.
Northern New York State.
You see lots more.
Yeah, you do. You see it sooner. You see it more because of the unrestricted view through a helmet.
Right.
And it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm, super excited.
And then the birds of prey, I just can't get over it. These big birds will come down, especially early in spring before the
not like
leaves are on the
Sesame Street
trees.
Big Bird.
They see you and they fly down to check you out. It's like they're getting a closer look at you, and it's something in them that makes them want to see what you are, or maybe it's the shiny stuff on the bike, but they come down and they fly over you like within 10 feet, and you feel the pressure under their wings hit you. Which that just blew me away. And then it happens so many times. There's a time of year when I guess with the leaves not on the trees yet, they tend to have a better view of what's coming up and down the road, and they come down to check it out. It's really cool.
Yeah. Just making sure we got the big shots. We're on in Washington, D.C. Steve McAllister says, earlier he said thank you for all you've been doing for VBS.
You're welcome, Stephen. Thank you too.
Stacy said it was fun indeed. There was big shots there at the military camp using the clubhouse at the military camp. We were staying at, plus we were right across from the old Navy base that doesn't have a fence at all around the Navy base. You just don't walk up to the buildings and touch them because military police will be right there to arrest you that fast.
Yeah.
Janice says, oh, I got a phone call and missed everything. That's all right. You can go back and watch it. But
anytime.
Remember, like and share these videos for your chance to win $100 every week. Just saying. That's what we got going on right now.
Yep.
And it's brought to you by CASA, CASA. And, we got a, there's a part, they're on this next commercial that's coming up at 8:30, CASA. So that's because of them this week that you're getting $100, and there'll be new sponsors next couple weeks.
Yeah.
And we've already got a couple more sponsors for that. So it's real. This is good. This is good. So be sure you like and share these videos.
Yep.
Like and share, like and share, like and share.
And share them with somebody you know.
Yep.
You can select, especially while you're watching live, you can share through your friends list with people that you know might be interested, and that would help to bring them in to come and see.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's up to you. We're not like demanding that you do it or anything. I'm just saying, suggest.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Do it or else.
Yeah, and then maybe you can have that in common.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just pretending to type because I had to restart my computer.
I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I can't say how much I've enjoyed it. With my back problems, what got me into it was the doctor said this isn't going to get better.
And you're like,
and I was like, well, before it's too late, I better try it because I always wanted to do it. Got this 250 Rebel, which is a tiny little light bike. Before I even got out of the parking lot, I was like, I signed on the dotted line. It was mine. I was, driving away. Before I even got out of the parking lot, I was like, whoa, did I make a mistake here? It was hard to handle at first. It's like weird,
Yeah.
It's unusual.
Because when you get up, over 20 miles an hour, you have what they call a plow turn or push turn. What is that? What is that called? Where whenever you
counter steer.
Yeah. Because you push one way and the bike goes the other.
Well, no, that's not the issue. The issue for me was all the controls getting familiar because you got to use them all simultaneously, just like in a car.
Yeah.
But they just are different controls.
Yeah.
The way they work. So that was kind of a weird, awkward thing to get familiar with and get home. But by the time I had gotten home, which was all the way across town, well, halfway across town, I had gotten it down well enough to have renewed my interest in it and to have enjoyed the excitement of it too.
Yeah, and there you always had a smile on your face every time I pulled up.
Yeah, and it's easy to do. The common phrase is that you will drop it, which is true, and
well,
it's not easy to pick them back up. It's best to do with help, and most of the time, you're never going to pick it up by yourself. Somebody will come and help you.
Yeah. Well, there's ways to pick it up. That like there's certain ways to leverage yourself to
and
be able
body
to pick
mechanics,
it up.
to not stress. Like you never want to bend your back to
because that's like a
pick up with your back.
700-800 pound motorcycle.
Yeah.
I think mine is mine is like 600-700 pounds.
I always had help, but most of the time you drop it is when you're going really slow. You basically it just kind of falls over and you just step off of it while it's coming off.
Yeah.
So that's pretty easy. Somebody will help you.
I
enjoyed that.
Mine's pretty low to the ground,
and I wasn't afraid of it either.
And I feel like I don't know when I sat on that motorcycle. Yeah, I thought this feels like my butt belongs in this seat. And I think what kind of seat is that?
That's a touring seat.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's either a touring seat or there's one in the middle too. There's a cruising seat. There's a touring seat, and then there's one in the middle.
And we will talk more about that here in just a moment. We'll be right back. And we are back, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on the morning drive. It's we're talking about motorcycle travel here on the show today. Now, coming up next, we got Penny for your thoughts, followed by wisdom for today. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Be sure and tune in on Fridays also for the morning mouth, followed by open ended.
Yeah.
Now, open ended is going to be classic episodes for the next couple weeks. Because there was a loss in a family and they're going to be out for a couple weeks. So we'll be praying for them.
Sorry to hear that. It's always difficult.
Steve said, I just had to call myself and I missed some of the conversation.
We're talking about motorcycle camping, and I find it to be much better than riding in a car. You see more, you experience more, you feel more. With my back problems, what I found interesting was actually with my back problems, getting off my center of gravity is where I find the pressure, and it gets and it develops into more and more painful, and it can actually, I don't know what it does, but it hurts my back pretty bad. But with a motorcycle, you're kind of always, your center of gravity is always directly straight down and underneath you, because when you turn, the forces, I don't know if it's centrifugal or what kind of force it is, but are always straight down on you because of the way a bike works, a motorcycle works.
That's why the motorcycle and the person have to lean.
Now, you can get into a bike that has you in a very bad posture, which I don't have any bikes like that. My only bike is one that I can keep really good posture.
Straight up and down.
Yeah, and it feels better on my back. So I like it. I love it. And I recommend it. Well, I try not to recommend it too. I started doing that for a long time, and it can be dangerous, especially if you don't get familiar with one. It's not that people can't see you. If you go multiples of the speed limit, which is easy to do on a motorcycle, and it's easy to do it very quickly, you can accelerate really fast, which people have a hard time judging that, especially with one headlight. So you want to learn about how people see motorcycles on the road so that you can operate your motorcycle in a way that you are most likely to be seen, that you're that when people do see you, they can better predict where you are and what you're doing so that they won't pull out in front of you. Now, there is also very aggressive drivers where if there's an 18-wheeler coming, they're not going to, I think I can make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to do that in front of an 18-wheeler. Whereas that person who's impulsive and in a rush might sometimes say, oh, well, I think I can make it. And then because you're a little motorcycle, you're not a big threat. They don't perceive you as dangerous or that they could get hurt. So they're more likely.
Ali, welcome to the show.
So they're more likely to let that impulse take over and pull out in front of you. That's one of the reasons why you also have to practice your emergency stops.
Yeah.
And you have to practice maneuvering during an emergency. You have to practice things like planning an escape. So predicting where people are going to be, and if they break, what you're going to do.
Cruise around them.
Yeah. And don't go too fast. You shouldn't be going fast. If you can't maneuver or handle the motorcycle in the distance in front of you that compared to the speed you're going too fast.
Right. Absolutely. You don't want to follow too closely.
No.
On there.
No.
Stacy says, please keep a friend of mine that has been on the Spirit Lake LA police force. His name is Shane Breivik. He is going to move up to be the chief of police at the Spirit Lake, Iowa Police Department. He is taking Jeff Henson's place as the new chief of police in Spirit Lake, Iowa. So I hope I pronounced Wajid. Is it Wajid Ali?
There's good riding up in Spirit Lake.
In Iowa?
Yeah.
It's like, I heard a comedian telling one time, it's like, they got the name by then. It's like, what?
Yeah.
They didn't know that was on.
Where are we?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Iowa.
I
Join,
love
like,
it.
and follow. New here.
And I'm glad that you're getting a motorcycle. And I just please
Shakir Ulta. Welcome
learn
to
the
show.
things that will keep you safe on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Wear the right gear so that you can be safe on the road, and we'll ride together and have some fun
Yes.
and experience some things that we can't experience otherwise.
Yep. And you got another phone that I can put in my helmet.
Yeah.
In my helmet. It's a helmet phone.
I-
It's a
Yeah,
communication.
comm.
A comm.
Yeah, comm communication. So it communicates through intercom,
Mm-hmm.
or through actually telephone. So we could actually call each other on the phone. But if we don't get a phone signal, we'll be disconnected.
Right.
Whereas the comm is actually a radio signal back and forth, like a walkie-talkie.
And they're expensive.
They're not that
They're
bad.
not
It
really.
was like $300 for both of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And that's good. Communication
So if
while you're
you-
riding is great.
If you buy pay $300 for the two of them, we'd have 4. So if we get a third rider, somebody could have one. If we get a passenger, somebody could have one, because that's really comfortable. Clanging your helmets together to communicate with somebody that's on the back of your motorcycle is not comfortable.
No.
Whereas if they can lean back and comfort
Tink, tink,
and feel,
tink. Yeah.
secure and still talk to you, they're not leaning in trying to yell into your helmet and all that.
Yeah. It'll be a while before I have a passenger.
Yeah. I've had a passenger a couple of times. It's really pretty easy as long as you just tell them how to ride.
Right.
First of all, keep your feet on the pegs. Don't try to, if I lean the motorcycle, don't try to put your foot down. If I lean, you lean. If I lean more,
Yeah.
And
just follow the flow of the bike.
yeah, and people, it's just like riding a bicycle. Even if you're riding on the back, it's just the same thing.
And don't lean too far.
Don't lean too far. Don't panic. Don't stiffen up.
Yeah.
The stiffening up is one of the worst things you can do, because
Yeah.
you're basically fighting the physics of the motorcycle, which
Which is
normally will correct itself.
Inertia.
Yeah, it corrects itself.
Yeah.
They don't really understand the physics of the motorcycle. They suspected it was many things, but then they tested taking it outside of those physics, and it still worked.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, okay, so that's not it. They used to think it's too, what do they call those? The wheels are two pendulums, or no, but you know what I'm talking about, right? That's what kept the motorcycle up and made it right itself on its own.
What do they call that? Man, my brain just left me. I know what you're talking about, but it's supposed to help keep it's perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
It keeps,
But they
It's in a
found out that
Segway.
that's not true.
they put it in a Segway.
They also tried having they thought it was having 2 of those at certain angles to each other. They tried changing all that stuff, and it still worked. And they were like, well, what is this? This is kind of odd. It doesn't really follow the physics laws that we understand. And nobody's actually been able to improve on it either.
Yeah.
Just kind of works.
Keep upright when it's powered, balanced, enabled. Okay, I'm trying to find out what it is.
Gyroscopes.
Gyroscope.
Yep.
Gyroscope.
2 gyroscopes.
I remembered an episode of South Park. That's how I
Now,
remember.
that probably is actually part of a greater system of physics working together
Yeah.
that they don't understand.
Like you can have a gyroscope and set it on the end of a pencil, and it'll stay on the pencil.
It'll stay right.
It's actually really, really neat.
It is very neat.
Physics, man. It's in the laws of physics are the laws that God put in this world.
The way he built it.
So, and it's universal, even in other. I'm pretty sure it's the same on other planets.
Yeah.
Like it's the law of nature in general. That's
Yep.
the laws of physics, astrophysics, and things like that. All of it.
Yeah.
It's all it all has the base. Gravity.
Yep.
So it's about time for us to get out of here. Jay's going to cue up the music, and we're going to be sure and remind you to join us next for Penny for Your Thoughts with Susan Abar and friends, followed by Wisdom for Today with Dana. So it's going to be great. Thanks for joining us today. And remember, we'll be back on tomorrow. Same time, same channel. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
And this has been
The Morning Drive.